Hey there folks, I am the Mighty Plantain. Thanks for checking out this video. We're looking at something tonight from Northwoods Brewing Company, not to be confused with North Country Hard Cider. When I first started looking at the label, I made that mistake. But yeah, Northwoods Brewing and North Country Hard Cider, two completely different companies. This is their Pumpkin Troll Pumpkin IPA. Now, I didn't notice when I first picked this up that it was a pumpkin IPA. I was just looking for, pumpkin beers that I hadn't had before. And I honestly think this is my first pumpkin IPA. So this could go one of two ways. I can imagine pumpkin and hoppiness going well together depending on the varieties of hops chosen. Now, I say this because I've had a couple of pumpkin shandies before, and you wouldn't think that shandies and pumpkin would go well, and it's been about 50-50 for me. There was one shandy with a nice, fruity sour flavor that actually meshed well with the pumpkin, and then, of course, there's Jacko from Sam Adams, which is not one of my favorites, but it's not horrible. Anyway, this is a very effervescent IPA. There's a lot of bubbles coming up from the nucleation point down there. Got a halfway decent head on it without trying too hard. Very dark orange, orangish brown colored beer, but so many bubbles. Look at that. Quite hazy. And it's interesting. It's got a somewhat citrusy, almost sour aroma. Yeah, that's weird. Almost a sour aroma, but fruity and citrusy. Huh. Okay. It's got a nice medium mouthfeel. And it's funny because the fruity citrusy aroma is almost like a sweet, like a candy aroma. Which is very interesting compared to the flavor, which is anything but. Okay, maybe there's a hint of citrusy on the back end. It's a little confusing. It's dank and dirty, not dirty in a bad way, but quite earthy. With a citrusy finish. Up front, though, it's definitely different. Like I said, dank and dirty is a lot of what I'm getting, but again, not dirty in a bad way, just earthy. But I mean, I guess there's some pumpkin flavor there, like a pulpy pumpkin flavor. Yeah, big citrus burst in the finish. A little grassy. But yeah, that's different. Like a very earthy, pulpy pumpkin. Flavor with some grassiness in there. Some hints of wet leaves. In like the sense that the smell of wet leaves has a certain flavor, because your sense of smell and your sense of taste are a little interrelated. You're getting a hint of that flavor of wet leaves on the back of your tongue whenever you smell a good pile of them. That's kind of carrying through to this. But again, primarily just a nice earthy, pumpkin-y flavor. Oh, the citrusy finish. Sometimes even a troll needs a quiet respite from the antics of witches and goblins during spooky season. This fresh take on pumpkin beer starts with a brilliant ruby color. I don't know if I'd call it ruby, but from a grist of pale malt and 3 British crystal malts. Okay, there should be a hint of sweetness in there, but yeah. Pureed pumpkin and pumpkin seeds. Putting the seeds in there is going to give it some of that earthiness. Add to the color and smoothness. Rich, malty, nutty, and biscuity. Flavors are balanced by Chinook, Cascade, and Sabra hops, which conjure citrusy notes with a hint of coconut. I don't know if I was getting the coconut. An IPA reminiscent of the delicious crispness of New England autumn air. All right. So, it's good. I like it. It's got some different flavors to it that I wasn't necessarily expecting. I don't know what I was expecting from a pumpkin IPA. But I'm hitting this with a solid 4 out of 5. I'm almost ready to bump it up to a 4.5, but yeah, you know what? I'm giving it a 4.5. I'm not quite ready to put it at the 5 because I'm liking it, but there's a few things about it that I'm not too thrilled by. But at the same time, I don't have anything I can really point at that's negative about it, but it's giving me a flavor combination and something that I can't compare it to anything else. I can't think of another beer I've had that tastes similar or even close to this. So it's getting some extra points for that. So a solid 4.5 out of 5. Not quite in the wow or perfect category, but it's different and delicious. So, whew. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. Hit me up down below in the comments or the email link. Love to hear what you have to say about North Woods Brewing Company's Pumpkin Troll Pumpkin IPA. Whew, pardon. While you're down there, make sure to like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, click on that little bell icon up there so you'll get a notification whenever I post a new one. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.